Great way to start this off. I actually have two, count them, two burp waters next to me. That I'm gonna down during this whole this whole stream. And there it is. Ooh, ad. Oops, I accidentally liked the video. I know. Perfect. Yeah. Make sure I'm in live chat so I can see all the swear words. And Dr. Drokel. Sup? You have to ooh in person. Oh, speaking of camera, we're gonna get this party started. Mm.
Ba, ba.
Yeah.
Ba, ba, ba. Good. It worked. It shouldn't have.
I think so.
Well, I don't know. I
Maybe
feel
not.
like back. No, it did work. I see me bouncing. But back in the old, not OBS or not Streamlabs OBS, I could. It was very finicky about when I plug things in, and I probably couldn't have plugged it in and have it work during a live stream.
Amazing.
Kino is so good at Metal Mini. Is that an ancient? It's a lieutenant, actually. All right, gotta finish fixing the camera.
Mm-hmm. I think we leave it in square.
Yes. Really, I should put it in portrait.
Yeah. People love portrait.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what the hell am I doing?
Do you plan on buying Bleak? What on earth is Bleak?
Bleaker?
Is Bleak Bleaker? Is that Cursed City 2? Bellacord. Nah. It's a cool model, but I don't care.
Yeah, shake that right next to me.
Yeah, you're really...
There we go.
Yeah. I'm really glad that it's below you in the camera, so it just looks like you're just, you know,
Having a
giving
grand old
yourself a
time,
good
as
time.
they say.
Mm-hmm. There we go.
Happy Heretic. It's-a me, Mario. Well, not really. I would say you're not Mario at all.
I've played a little Mario. I think I got about a quarter of the way through.
Of the first level.
Of the first level. So basically, I beat Bowser.
Yeah.
I watched someone do a speed run of Mario, and it looks like you basically have to break the game to really get a great time. Like sometimes you got to run above the level.
Mm-hmm.
Nick, are you planning to transfer Jay's face onto Jay's body?
What?
I don't get it.
I don't get it either. Only real video game fans know who Mario is.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Is that the guy from Fortnite?
Oh my god. It's coming after me. Skype decided that's what's important.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
A little longer.
Top 10 quietest ear compressors.
Mm-hmm. Actually, I kicked it over on accident, and the loose rattling stopped. But
Amazing.
the general sound is now louder.
Huh. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Did you kick it over yesterday during your escapades?
No, before that.
Before that. Yes, either way would make sense.
Mm-hmm. Disco. What's the origin of that miniature, Jay? This is a second generation Legion of the Damned. The first generation Legion of the Damned is like from 3rd edition. And they were kind of weird, squatty Marines with lots of skulls on them. And then they made them all sexy and nice when this version came out. And then for a long-ass time, they sold them in fail-cast resin, and now they are completely discontinued. But it used to be an army you could take, and then it switched from being an army you could take to an elite choice. And now it is no longer an elite choice. I believe you could probably still do something with it in Legends. They might have Legends rules for them. But other than that, they are just neat Space Marines. Mm-hmm. It is hypothesized that they are the Lost Space Marine chapter known as the Firehawks, who, through warp shenanigans, have escaped death and are now basically angels, or I guess demons, for the Imperium. They pop up, and they pop up when a battle is completely lost, and then they turn the tide to victory. And what kind of airbrush compressor do you use? I bought like a really good one. I bought a no-name tank air compressor with a tank, and it sucks. I mean, it gives like good pressure and stuff, but it just, even though it has a tank, it still needs to kick on like every 2 minutes, and it's kind of loud. I would rather, yeah, I'd rather just have my old like tankless motor. It ran pretty much constantly while you were using it, but it wasn't that loud. It was probably like as loud as a microwave.
Yeah, it's very nice. I like it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And even though it's just some piece of crap I bought off of eBay, it's been going fine for like 6 years of horrendous work.
Yep. Of abusing it.
Yeah.
Just like Ellen.
Exactly.
Very similar.
Yeah. She taught me everything I know.
Yeah.
And speaking of everything I know, I need to go clean my hairbrush.
All right, so what animal fact are we going to get today?
Yeah.
Oh
Give me a cat fact.
Well, cats are, like, ambush predators, and so their vision isn't very good up close. And so that's why cats often, like, that's why people say cats can't see water. It's actually that they can't see a lot of things that are immediately in front of their eyes.
Ah, that is interesting. I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. Also, another fun fact about Felis catus, common cats that we keep at home, is that, they're, I lost my train of thought. My goodness. I'm not even hydrated. Is that they often get kidney disease because when we feed them dry food most often, and cats are, like, they evolve to get a lot of their water through their food, and so they just don't get that water at all. And so it's recommended that you feed your cat wet food every now and again.
I have an animal fact. I saw a beaver today. Or no, it was probably a muskrat.
That was a muskrat.
You think?
Yeah, we saw 2.
But we saw evidence of beavers.
We did, yes.
Maybe they were just small beavers.
They didn't have the tail.
Yeah, but they were both in the water. We couldn't have seen the tail. I think it was a beaver. That's my animal fact for the day.
I saw a beaver.
Kinoki Nonez. Yeah, they are in Legends, but you might as well play them as a custom chapter so they don't suck. I remember for a while, I stopped checking, but someone was selling a full, giant, probably like 5,000 point, 3rd edition Legion of the Damned army. And like the reserve on it was like $3,000. And I never saw it sell, but boy, was it fun. The real Black Tux, do you have any Thousand Suns? I do not, although the Thousand Suns are pretty legit. They're pretty cool.
Do you think that they're cooler than normal Chaos Marines?
Yeah.
Do you think they're cooler than Plague Marines?
I like the Plague Marines.
Mm-hmm.
Probably
Plague Marines are
tied.
really cool.
Probably tied.
Flimbo the dude. Fun J fact: if you saw a beaver once. Possibly 2 beavers, as it sounded like, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
There was one swimming and one by the nest.
Mm-hmm. By the pile of sticks and mud.
His house.
Yep.
And it may not even be a beaver.
Do muskrats chew down trees like beavers and make like little like stick and log houses in the water?
Could they have? I don't know. I don't really know what a muskrat is. I barely know what a muskrat
I think
is.
it's just like a small beaver-like animal with a rat tail instead of a big paddle.
What if they collected those sticks in mud?
Well, the evidence I saw of beavers was like classic, like stump with the beaver teeth marks.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was a beaver had taken down the tree.
Interesting.
And then we saw 2, cat-sized brown things swimming in the water. I don't know.
What else did you see today?
Yeah.
What else did I see?
We saw a swan.
Oh yeah, we saw swans are normal.
Swans are cool.
They're cool, but it's not like
Probably
a beaver.
Probably not for everyone.
That's true.
Did you see Black Swan?
No, it was white.
No.
Natalie Portman movie?
I just heard names and I just repeat things. Hear
Don't
names,
we
repeat
all?
names. People have talked about this. I will say it out loud.
Justin, honk. Hawk. Muskrats do not eat trees or make dams.
Okay.
They may have been beavers.
Maybe.
Kino, swans are just stronger, angrier geese. Boy, this guy is dripping with detail. And if you look, he has probably some of the weakest thighs of any Space Marine I've ever seen. Look at that.
Yeah, those are bony.
Yeah.
Wow.
Maybe he's just
Got anime legs.
Maybe under his skeleton armor, he's also just a skeleton. Dr. Jokel, if it had a thin tail rather than a pad, it was probably a muskrat. We couldn't see the tails, unfortunately. World may never know. Disco,
You should just pick him up.
I know. Disco, he's a runner, Jay.
Amazing.
Kino does. Look at that beautiful Mark 7 armor.
Wope 77. Can we get Nick a little louder? Am I quiet?
You look fine.
Hello.
You're bouncing. You're getting all the way up into the yellow.
Maybe I wasn't close to the mic for something that I said.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no more whispering.
Sexy. I know. Then it'd be an ASMR channel.
Don't like this.
Flimbo the dude, he got that thigh gap. If you look at like the classic Space Marines, it's redonkulous. There's like a foot in between their legs.
Yeah, you like it when I paint miniatures.
Speaking of miniatures, what are the
Yeah, you like it when I paint. Like it when I paint this. Does it turn you on when I paint like this?
Legion of the Damned. They have black armor and flames.
Tiki Studio Prince and Mundo Tour agree that the audio sounds fine and or good. Beautiful.
Mia Fellini. Yep, love the old beakies. I think. Although, which armor pattern was the beakies? I think they came before 7.
The Bee Gees?
No, the beakies, the Space Marine beaky helmets. Because they are the Corvus pattern, I believe, which was invented at the tail end of the Horus Heresy and became very popular amongst the Raven Wing chapter, or the Raven Guard chapter.
Mia Fellini Mark 6?
Mark 6 Corvus. Yeah.
Akina Kanones. Nick ASMR channel confirmed.
Whoa, 77. The foot between their legs is to make room for their enormous junk.
Yeah.
Ooh, people have done some really cool Primaris Legion of the Damned.
Exactly. Couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah, I hope you can hear that. Hope you can hear all the burps. Do you think that there's an ASMR burp channel?
I like to think that it's like really quiet, like lip smacking while you're like eating and then drinking beer, and then it's punctuated, punctuated by belches.
It's called the Eons of Battle.
Yeah.
Yep. I think we just found our niche.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're gonna do.
Everyone's got to have one.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Kino Canada's fun fact: Mark 7 was made during the Horus Heresy and used during the Siege of Terra, which is why plenty of Imperial Fist and Blood Angels players were lazy and used their normal armies in 30k. You know what? I'm gonna not call them lazy because I'm fine with someone not having to pay double just to get the right shape of Space Marine arms.
Yeah, but then how do you gatekeep?
Ah, well, there you go.
You forget about the gatekeeping.
That's true. How could I have forgotten? Alright, black armor is so boring. I guess, what will I do to make this more exciting? We'll see what happens. Monteteer, do they get blessed with extra dong organs? In addition to the hearts and stomachs?
You should do you should make it look like a non-metallic metal, but black armor.
Oh boy.
I know.
That's so cool. BG's Legion of the Damned. Staying alive, staying alive. Staying alive. If you don't pay 30k, then how can you play Horus Heresy? Happy Heretic, gatekeeping is tight. Mia Fellini, Primaris Legion of the Damned, use lots of Reaver heads. Yeah. Where I use my walk, I'm a woman's man, no time to talk. When it lied, a woman kicked around since I was born. El Rondorio, lizards and bird marines can keep their beaky helmets on around the other marines and no one would be the wiser. Monteteer, famous gatekeepers, number 1, Hodor. YouTube suck bad. YouTube suck bad. I'm actually reading the Horus Heresy right now. Oh, what book are you on? Are you on book 28? There's so many.
You're on book 36, right?
One day I do want to read them, but holy moly, I wish there was like 7. Disco J, get one of them cheap $30 Vortex mixer. So worth it for the arm shaking. I can shake a paint for 5 seconds. Justin Huck.
It's a good excuse to get some exercise.
Yeah, that is actually the most activity I've done all day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's not true. I looked at a beaver.
Beautiful.
I also saw Bigfoot, but that wasn't as exciting.
Yeah. Happy Heretic, shake it like a baby.
Yeah. Justin Huck. The Legion of the Damned was the first Space Marine chapter I painted in 1985.
Oh, not 1984. That's my favorite book. Well, one of them.
Kino Quinones, Legion of the Damned wear mostly bone armor, right? What if this guy was mostly bone? I think he's probably going to end up a lot like the Captain Cato Sicarius. I guess I'm just going to paint him like correctly. The sculpt is kind of challenging. It's kind of bad. I mean, it's cool, but it's like, it's not a Primaris Space Marine.
Mondatour. How come your right arm is so much muscular than your left? I shake my paint by hand, baby.
Yeah.
YouTube Suck Bad Part 1 for Horus Heresy.
Dr. Jokel, the question is, did you shake paint like that while looking at the beaver? Becomes a bit more suspect. Happy Heretic, you thought it was the Legion of the Damned, but it was I, Cato Sicarius. Oh, Cato Sicarius.
What do you think he's doing right now?
Oh, probably being very annoying and being the bane of Marnius Calgar's existence. Oop. The top of his axe looks a little melted. Might fix that. Cabronic, say hi to the bat for me. No.
No. No bats. No bats allowed on this stream.
Mia Fellini, Gladiator, Impulsor Tank, Bullet Spam. One thing actually I found playing with the Primaris Redemptor Dreadnought is having all of those kind of average guns is actually kind of annoying. Like doing 5 different shooting attacks for one model every turn. I would much rather, because like the classic Dreadnought had, 2 guns, maybe 3, but one of them was just a Storm Bolter, so who cares? And that I think works really nice. You got 2 good guns, or maybe 1 good gun and a punched fist. Having 5 kind of okay-ish guns, Like, I get that they just wanted to make the primary stuff better, but I don't know.
I think they should have made it weaker.
That would have been an interesting move.
Everything Primaris is worse.
Mm-hmm.
There's no reason to buy them.
I've heard, everyone says Games Workshop's play to win until a model comes out and it sucks. Then people are like, Games Workshop's such idiots. Why does this model stink in game? Oh, there's no way I'm going to be able to shake this enough. This is an Army Painter paint.
Oh, no.
Army Painter sucks. With their main paints. I don't particularly like their normal paints. I do like their washes a lot.
I thought it was more fun when you were shaking it under the table and
Yeah.
in that direction.
Yep. I like that too. Treasure Hoard Hobbies was trying to sleep so I could pick up my wife in a couple hours. Couldn't, so here I am.
Welcome.
Reaper only left the hobby in 3rd edition. Just started again with some Death Watch. A few buddies of mine want to play Kill Team. Always listen to you and mini X vids while paying. Thanks for the inspiration. Oh, nice. Yeah, Death Watch are crazy in Kill Team. They can take the coveted grenade cannon, the frag cannon, which is just a crazy. I think it's like a double flamethrower. I think it's 2d6 shots.
Should we talk about our game of Kill Team today?
Ah.
Why are you the one bringing it up, Nicholas?
I don't know. I don't know why I am. It is funny because last week you brought it up, Lucky Bat.
Yeah, when was that?
I wonder. I don't know why. Let's just say giant orc victory. So we had orcs, we had the Tyranid, the all lictor team, and then Harlequins. Jay
Yeah,
played some Harlequins today, and those have some fun rules,
They
like ignoring the
do.
terrain.
they are very much glass cannons.
They are very much glass cannons.
Except for weirdly enough, the guys who kind of did the most work was the two with just the general punchy fists.
Hmm.
They pulled their weight.
Although my commando knob just didn't make it work.
That's true.
I kept rolling 1s and 2s. He just never did anything. I don't know. Sometimes it feels like, for some reason, one of the models gets hexed or something happens
Yeah.
to it where it's just, you know, you the first time you roll stuff with it, you just know that that's how it's going to be the whole game.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. But I won.
Yeah. Walter, I have an entire box of Indominus and Command starter box to paint. Your EOB complete got me all pumped up to paint them. Then I watched your video where you were talking about motivation and you said, if you don't want to paint, then don't. So, fuck it. I started building a Plague Burst crawler. That's great. Mia Fellini, the combination of heavy flamers and heavy bolter is also fun. Ah, yes. The Infernus heavy bolter, which is pretty legit. Also, just being able to take storm bolters on regular Marines, pretty cool. I mean, you're doubling your shots right there. I found, I mean, today with my I think 4 dice is the perfect number to roll. I was doing very well with my 4 attacks each with Harlequins.
Mm-hmm. What was the? You had a zealot that had the 5. You
Yes.
got an extra attack with the zealot.
Yeah, on
That was-
turns that he charged, he got an extra attack.
Yeah.
And then the close combat, the combat specialist also got 5 attacks
Mm.
just for being a combat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're scary if they if you get charged with them.
Mm-hmm.
I think you got very unlucky because you constantly were going second or last.
Yes.
And then I was going first, and I love going first.
Mm-hmm.
I like the first 2 rounds I want to go second or third, but then the last couple rounds I always want to go first. Because if you go first, you're in charge. You get to help dictate where the game goes.
Oh, for
Especially if,
sure.
you know, especially if you're everywhere. And then my Luda was just doing stuff the whole game. I've always heard that the Ludas are really bad.
Mm-hmm.
And so I tucked one up on top of the building, and he just had free shots the whole game. It was fun.
He likes to be tall.
He does like to be tall.
Yeah, it is. I think it is. There is something to making sure you have something to do in every phase, except the psychic
Yeah.
phase.
Yeah.
You know, the Orc Luda, he might not hit every turn. Although if you crack, there's a decent chance if you pop a Daka Daka Daka.
That's true.
But
Yeah, and we talked about too, maybe not the Luda and have 2 gunners.
mm-hmm.
Do that same amount of work. That might be worth it.
Mhm.
Because like just dealing with stuff kind of far away so they can't get to you
Mm-hmm.
is good. Like that's pretty helpful.
I mean, your Luda evaporated my best player, my best Harlequin player before he got to fight an orc.
Mm-hmm.
And what's your least favorite aspect of the painting process?
Base coating.
Yeah, base coating. I almost never do it. I'll usually figure out a way to airbrush it on.
Mm-hmm. Base coating's not fun.
No.
It just feels like you're doing a paint by numbers because you are. This is gonna be blue. This is gonna be brown.
This paint sucks. I know if I owned a professional vortex mixer, it would mix up and then be adequate. But you know what? Every single other paint company is just fine right out of the pot. Right out of the pot. 5 seconds of shaking.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, no, Army Painter is really, really good as long as, you have it mechanically stirred.
You should write them a very strongly worded letter.
Yeah. Kino's Malifaux has lawyers you can fight with. Each one looks like a classmate of mine, so I had to get them. Miaflini, priming, blech, and being an anal retentive illustrator in real life, parade ready miniatures, all of them. They all gotta be perfect. Yeah, all my minis have to be perfect too. Disco, I have a terrible habit of building 1 or 2 sets and then painting them in whatever style comes to mind.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah, it sounds like a good way to prevent getting bored.
Mm-hmm. That is something. If I could tell my younger wargamer self something, I think it would be to only have 500 point armies, and to maybe not collect a ton of crap. Because I think that helps with not being bored.
Okay, I gotta switch. This Army Painter paint isn't even paint. It's just look at this. It leaves almost no. There's no pigment. We'll get myself a good old fashioned Vallejo. Something with a little coverage. You don't have Vallejo Ultramarine Blue, do you?
I have this one.
Me?
Yes, you.
Oh,
I have an
yeah,
ultramarine blue right in front of me.
Power Surge.
Power surge. God, we always do that. Power surge makes you think. Why does an army painter make and sell a paint shaker? Wouldn't
You'd think
that would insta sell?
I'd probably buy it, especially if it was an Army Painter priced thing, because they tend to be cheap. Treasure Hoard Hobbies. I kind of have been getting real tired of my Army Painter D&D paints. They've been great for a few years, but I'm looking for something new. I think Vallejo is probably the best. I also like P3 a lot. Games Workshop's fine sometimes.
I have some scale 75. I have the white and black and red and purple. And they're pretty good.
Speaking of scale 75, I gotta go piss. I'll be right back.
Amazing. Andy Crimson. Jay needs paint coverage equivalent to Ellen's media coverage of abused staff. Lucky Bat.
hello.
Hi. Animal fact.
What animal?
Zebra.
They're smaller than horses.
All right, that's kind of a lame one, but
I don't know a lot
Take it.
about zebras.
yeah. Giraffes.
Giraffes used to be called camelopards because people were like, it's a bit like a camel and a bit like a leopard. It is not like either of those things.
That's a fun one. I didn't know that.
I think their scientific name is actually Camelopardus something.
Ah. What do they eat?
Trees and leaves and stuff.
Rondorio. Animal fact. Zebras are not horses.
Did anyone see that
Yep.
movie that was about a kid who gets a zebra and then uses it to race in a horse race and somehow it wins? I think
I
it was like
remember.
Stripes, Racing Stripes, or something like that.
I believe I saw that movie.
Yeah,
I remember the poster very vividly.
yeah, because the horse or the zebra had like a blue and yellow face
Yes,
covering mask thing that horses
I
have.
remember the yellow.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I'm sure it was a good movie.
Yep.
It was so good I remember it.
Oh, there was a goose in it, or maybe a seagull or something, and he crash lands onto the farm, I think, and then is like the
Uh,
zebra's friend or something like that. I might be thinking of a different animal movie.
hmm, interesting.
I'm still working on my
Um,
possums. What are you working
yes.
on?
I'm working on my secret kill team, which I accidentally almost said what it was.
Oh my goodness.
um,
Well, don't do that, because then
I
everyone will
know
know.
I can't. Um, yeah. What's a
Yep.
fun frog fact?
Oh, their skin is made of living tissue, and so they heal pretty quickly from like pretty bad wounds.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty neat. And also they drink through their skin. And so like they don't drink with their mouths. So if there was like a TikTok or a Vine going around where someone was like holding out a little cup to a frog and they were like, "Oh, he wanted to take a bath instead of like sip the water." And I'm like, "Well, that's not how frogs drink. They have to get in the water to drink." So he was drinking, and that was very nice of them to give that little frog some water.
Ah.
Mhm. You do have to be careful with water when you give it to amphibians and stuff like that because their skin is permeable, essentially,
Mhm.
and so they can absorb like anything. So you have to like make sure the water is dechlorinated and stuff like that.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm.
I'm back, and I saw a beaver today.
You
Oh,
see
we
another
also
one?
saw a frog today.
A frog?
Yeah, for a second he jumped in the water.
Oh,
Mm.
We didn't go to a
Echinochinoides.
zoo or anything. We went to a pond.
Echinochinoides. Isn't all skin made out of living tissues though?
I didn't describe it very well. I now realize, like,
Mm.
not Necron skin.
well, technically humans are covered in dead
Echinochinoides.
cells, like dead skin cells.
Mm.
And-
Like the top layer?
Yeah, and with frogs,
that flakes
less
off?
So. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I like frogs, but I wouldn't want one as a pet. They're kind of, because they're so sensitive, it's difficult to like pick them up and not have to worry about if there's something on your hands and stuff like that. So they're kind of a look at pet, and if it's just an animal that you look at, you might as well have a decoration.
Might as well just have a fake one.
Yeah,
Can you even imagine having a fake frog?
that would just be silly. I wouldn't ever have one and then name him Harrison Frog.
And speaking of that,
Ooh,
Open
yeah.
up
An
the
open a
second
cold one
cold
for my
one.
boy Harrison.
yep, pouring it out. Nicholas, my lad, what are you doing? I'm painting. Little secret
Hey,
kill
me
team.
too.
Little hush hush.
Maybe I'm working on my secret kill team right now.
Oh
Oh.
my goodness,
maybe-
can you imagine?
Maybe I've been working with the Games Workshop Warhammer team, and there's now going to be adding Legion of the Damned into Kill Team.
Oh wow.
And they're actually going to bring back the metal models in metal.
Yeah. Did you see someone left a comment on the video on Friday,
Mm-hmm.
and they said maybe they're retooling their factory for metal? No. No. They're not doing that. I can tell you that much.
Yeah, never. And metal makes perfect sense if you're not making too many of something.
Mm-hmm. And even
Or if
then,
it's the 80s.
I was about to say.
I mean, I guess Corvus Belly still does it,
Mm-hmm.
and that's pretty much it.
Mm-hmm. Amazing.
The priming didn't make him black enough, so I'm painting him black.
Heavy hair chick. I don't miss metal minis at all.
Christian Montanez. So not a recast? Well, this is metal. Unless it was a metal recast. I bought it on eBay. Seems legit, though.
It seems legit. It said made in China on the bottom of it.
It would be super cool if they made a new Legion of the Damned.
You want to hear a secret?
They're not gonna.
They're not gonna. I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe that's what they're doing for 13.
13
13
days. Yep. I'm sure they'll do Legion of the Damned again, but there's just too much stuff in 40k
There is.
to keep on top of it all.
And you know what? There's a lot of Space Marine stuff that, maybe you focus on something else for, I don't know, even just a second.
Mm-hmm.
It's Space Marine o'clock.
Yeah, it is.
Or even just do Chaos Space Marine stuff again.
Mm-hmm.
At least it's slightly different.
Trevor Dixon, what's up, boys?
Yeah.
Timber the dude, I might start a little secret kill team of my own. Winkety wink wink.
Mm,
Yeah, the trick is to not tell anyone about it.
exactly. Only tell Lucky Bat.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to play mine in Kill Team.
Ooh.
I'm also very excited to see them.
Me too.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait for them to be done.
Yes. I can understand why.
Yeah, they're a pain in the ass.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure this conversation is scintillating to anyone else.
Exactly.
Yep.
Kino Kinones. New Legion of the Damned, Legionaris Damnatoris. Some of the dude. Oh, please, more chaos for the love of God.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I think they should do the orcs. I mean, I guess they're trying to. They're doing something.
They've made at least 2 orc units that are seemingly specifically to the snake bites.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe when they Primaris the orcs, they're gonna try to really kind of tackle the clans.
That'd be interesting. I mean, I hope they make pirate ones.
I mean, I think that'd probably be who are the? There's the Flash gets. There's one particular clan of orcs that's all about like plundering and loot.
Free
Buddhas. Yeah. I think they're called free booties.
Mm-hmm. They're called big booties.
Yeah. And I know the Flash gets are pretty much tailored for that.
Mm-hmm.
It would be cool though. I know there's another one that's for that's all about like speed. So like maybe they can take speed freaks. So maybe they could take. I would love it if they could take orc biker mobs as troops.
Mm-hmm. I want them to have an upgrade kit that converts the bikers into jet skis. I mean, it'd be a completely different model, but it'd be very, very funny.
And that's the true meaning of 40k.
Yeah.
Oh, what if you made some Def Captas that were hot air balloons?
Oh my god, that'd be funny. What if the hot air balloon is a squig that's blown up?
Yeah.
Like, to be a giant ball. They just shoved air in it.
Andy Crimson, yeah. Got my Tamiya stuff in the mail today, specifically 2 bottles of extra thin plastic cement. One's in the process of becoming dummy thick.
Aren't we all?
Amazing.
Dakafaka Flame, first they should do orcs, then they should do more. Then they should just keep making orcs.
I agree.
Andy Crimson, evil sons are the speed freaks, and death skulls are ludas. And Kino Kino, I just hope those Primaris orcs are as thick as the old boys.
Mm-hmm. A cylinder ass.
They really do. They
I
are
think
strong.
to me it looks like a Tootsie Roll.
I mean, how many licks does it get to the center?
Only a couple licks for me, if you know what I mean. The Berserk Bunny. Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Hey. Kino Kino, some guy used KO stuff, love acronyms, for Age of Sigmar to make a squig hot air balloons. If I come across it, I'll share on Discord. Elrondero, my searches rarely turn up any of the good old stuff.
Mm-hmm. Andy Crimson, Nick, I don't know what you mean. Please explain. I don't know what I said.
Probably how many licks it takes to get to an orc's ass or whatever.
Ah. I'm gonna bite into it.
Yeah.
A 1, a 2, a 3.
Crunch.
Exactly. Oh, all my orcs have nibble marks on the ass.
Well, you gotta nibble it to make sure it's real, like with gold.
Yeah. Exactly.
The Berserk Bunny, what do you think is the best faction to play? I'm a noob. Necrons, I feel like, are very noob friendly because there's not many options. Or there's lots of options for units, but there's not like a lot of unique war gear options. Mm-hmm. Most guys have one gun, and like the stuff that has crazy customizability have 2 guns.
Like a flame. Afternoon sun is cooking me out of my apartment. See you guys later.
See you later, Duck Flame.
See ya, Flame.
I'm a heretic. Nick's secret kill team is the Ass Bite clan.
The ass eaters.
Flimbo the dude. Are salamanders any good in kill team? I think salamanders are currently the top tier Space Marines in kill team, because their chapter tactics give them 2 free rerolls a turn.
Man.
Wow.
When do you think we should move on to commanders or elites or whatever the hell?
I guess tomorrow, whenever we get the book.
All right, so we have to pirate the book. I mean,
Yeah.
get it legally.
Yes.
You have to acquire it.
Mm-hmm.
Just like the British Museum.
Do they steal everything?
Yes.
Great.
And then they put it on display.
I mean, they acquired it by force, though. It's a little better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, the old winners, keepers, finders, or winners. What is it? Finders, keepers, losers, weepers clause.
There you go.
Actually, it's finders, keepers, losers, shut up.
Yeah. Yeah, you're just upset because you're a loser.
Though, to be fair, it was really cool when I went. I got to see the Rosetta Stones. It was awesome.
Mm.
Icarus. Hi, as a beginner in figuring painting, your videos help me a lot. Thanks. Yeah.
Sweet.
The Berserk Bunny. What do you think are better, paint pots or paint bottles? Paint bottles.
Age-old question.
Yeah, paint bottles are better. Some people report like their paint completely drying out from Games Workshop, like in Games Workshop pots. I prefer Games Workshop pots to P3 pots, although I've heard that P3 is when switching to dropper bottles. Yeah, dropper bottles are better. Although I prefer washes in pots, even though there's the danger of spillage. I feel like I don't waste as much because if I put, usually if I'm using, I'm usually very selective with my washes, and if I'm using an Army Painter wash that comes in a bottle, I put out a whole drop. When really I probably don't even need a whole drop's worth. I just need like one brush load, and one brush load is really easy to take out of a Games Workshop pot.
I think I prefer pots. Because I don't like when you open a dropper bottle, there's like the gooey bit, and it's all kind of gross on the top. I don't like that. Like, I find it very gross and upsetting. So, I don't like
the
that.
splooge, the painting splooge on it.
Yeah, I really think it's gross. Because then you have to wipe it off, and then you have to like put it somewhere.
Maybe I'm just used to that.
Yeah.
It's just in my personal life, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
The splooge doesn't really bother me either. The only time it bothers me is I feel like every now and then the splooge gets into the paint and then into the airbrush.
Oh yeah, that definitely happens.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, then you don't like a good splooge.
No.
Like usually I like a good splooging, but yeah, that is a problem.
I know you do, Nick.
I actually make my all of my dropper bottles splooge a little bit.
Just to put them in their place a little bit.
just
Remind
to
them
show
who
them
they
what's
are.
up. Exactly.
I know. Some people would probably say, "Well, just keep your droppers clean, and that won't happen." And I would probably retort, "Well, just keep your Games Workshop pots clean, and they won't dry out."
Yeah, exactly.
Boom, got him.
Destroyed.
Yeah, this fictitious person that
Bet they're
has
crying
just
right
been
now.
owned.
Internet man, I hate it when it dries in the tip of the bottle. I have to poke it out.
Yeah.
Because it does feel like a waste.
Yeah, nothing's perfect. You just do your best. But yeah, Games Workshop's too expensive. $8 is too much for their washes. Army Painter's probably the big winner. 3 bits. The Berserk Bunny. What do you think is the best game type for Warhammer? Like, game type like points level or points versus the other one? Narrative play
versus
Narrative-
normal.
Yeah, narrative play looks cool. I have never played it. It seems like kind of a new thing for 9th. There's tons. There's like 4 or 5 pages of rules for it devoted to it in the Necron Codex, in Necron Codex 9th
wow.
edition. So it seems like they're actually trying to make it a thing, which is too bad. Like every time Games Workshop tries something, the community is just like, we don't care. Just give us the regular points and the regular missions, and that's what we want. And then everyone's like, why? How come Games Workshop is so bad and they won't do this and this and this? And it's like, well,
Yep.
they tried to simplify everything when they introduced points in when 8th edition dropped. And everyone was like, we don't care. Give us the numbers. Give us the points values, and we'll add in every bolt gun ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Because, hey there, straw man, you just got burned. Atlas, I actually find poking the dry paint off Games Workshop pot satisfying. One thing I learned from a YouTube video, you can actually flip the Games Workshop pot lids inside out. And it pretty much just cracks the dry paint right out of it.
Is that why they're like that?
Yeah, it takes a bit of force, but yeah,
I'm gonna
they'll
do that
pop
then.
right inside out.
That's so interesting, because I was always like, why are they shaped like this?
They're shaped like that so you can't tip them upside down, which
Yes.
which saves the paint, as someone has told us.
General Sherman one. I think Berserk means like Kill Team Sigmar 40k. I mean, I play Kill Team and it's pretty epic.
Yeah, Kill Team's pretty fun.
I'd like to play some big 40k. And I'd love to play Age of Sigmar. Never played Warhammer Fantasy Battles. Never played a game of Age of Sigmar?
Although one day.
Kilty O'Neill, can't you get a half-gallon of Army Painter wash for $8? I think you can get a quart, like a small quart
Oh
for,
my gosh.
like, I don't think it's $8, but it's cheap. It's called their dip wash, although I wouldn't suggest dipping your models, probably.
It's the exact same thing?
I believe it is.
You should buy a black
Yeah.
in that size.
You know what? Maybe because I do want to buy and paint like 1,000, probably not 100 zombies for this game that I want to make, and that could be a really fun way to try out the Army Painter dip wash.
That would be. Do you know what zombies?
Yeah, I think the Mantic zombies.
Mantic zombies?
I think they sell them in like packs of 30
Ah.
for not too much money. I mean, it starts to get like at $2 a model, buying 100 models still feels kind of expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Even
So
though
you
it's
think
still a
it's-
great deal.
You think it's all airbrush and do a dip wash?
I think, yeah, probably a lot of airbrush, dip wash, and then probably do something with the eyes. And maybe something with the clothes. Then make cool bases. I'd probably try to do our graveyard bases, which is one of my favorite. That base turned out so cool.
That one is very cute.
Dr. Jokel, screw paint pots and dropper bottles. Paint syringes are the new hotness.
Oh,
Kino Canendus, I tried popping the inside out and accidentally ripped the cap off. You got to take it off the paint first. Here, let me see if I can demonstrate. Here, this is some Games Workshop Fenrisian Gray. Oop. I splooged on myself a little bit.
happens to the best
Yeah,
of
show
us.
that again.
Mm-hmm.
You can rewind it, Nick.
So first you got to take off this
Look on your
ring.
time code on your own to watch on your own time.
Boom.
Oh, I'm gonna keep replaying that over and over and over again.
And then... Oh, it does take some force. Boom. Oop.
Did you crack it?
No. Boop. Yeah.
Oh,
Well, it flipped inside out for a second, and this fell out.
a piece landed over you.
Yeah. Let's see if I can do it
Oh my
again.
goodness.
There we go. And so now that it's inside out, super easy just to take off any dry paint.
Oh, that's really neat.
If I really wanted to, I could probably run this under the sink, get rid of everything, a little warm water, and then just let it go back to normal. Put it back on the paint. Good for another 500,000 miles.
Ah. People are saying that the stream froze, although it looks like we're back.
Yeah.
Oh no, did everybody miss my amazing demonstration?
I think they did. I didn't though. I
It
got
says
to hear the
it
whole
says
thing.
excellent connection.
Mhm.
I got to see it live. Bet y'all are jealous.
You know what? Maybe that's why it went dead, because I was lying. And to cover, I closed the stream.
There you go.
Let's go look at that wasted dry paint. A little bit. Not much paint. Like, this piece is probably a drop. I mean, isn't paint wasted every time you clean your brush?
Kino, it's okay. We believe you with no proof.
TK Stranger Prince, he said kaboom and the stream froze.
Wow. I mean, that might just be a superpower you don't know that you
I
have.
guess so. You haven't had any oop. Uh-oh. Are we still live?
What happened?
I accidentally I touched the trackpad with 2 fingers, and it like went backwards to the last page I viewed.
It looks like we're fine.
Yeah.
Neat. Well, I am no longer have a window.
You can go back.
Well, that's what caused this problem.
Then click the little forward arrow.
It's gone.
Okay.
Whatever.
I think you can just open.
Ah, there we go.
I-
Nope. Okay.
You
Interesting.
can't. Interesting.
I
I thought you
gotta-
could just open the studio back up.
Yeah, wait, probably. YouTube Studio.
Like go into the live tab.
Someone said still alive.
No, yeah, it
Yeah.
seems like it's still going.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
That is
I'm
an
watching it
excellent
right now.
song.
I really want to see it though. How do I?
I mean, I think you
No.
just go back. I think you just go back to the create and go live because I feel
Oh.
like because what's keeping the stream alive is the is OBS.
Ah.
I think I don't really know, but I'm pretty sure that's true.
All right. Well, it seems like that worked.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, welcome to live chat. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by the community guidelines.
Uh-oh, but we just gave out our social security numbers.
Oh no! Chrome. I picked up Shrine of the Cabald Queen by SVG. Oh my gosh. And Super Fun Games.
San Francisco
Giants. 20 cool Cabald minis for pretty cheap. Pretty happy. Just bashing and basing and priming them. Michael Larson, are you still alive? No.
Yep. Speaking of that, so we have 15 thumbs ups and 20 thumbs downs, and that's a little too close for my liking.
Yeah.
Can we please get some more dislikes on this video? I mean, this is kind of ridiculous.
It's very unprofessional.
Mm-hmm.
Like, who do you think we are? Akino Kino is Streamforge Games, I think. A small mini company.
Mm.
Hey, I see some people liking this stream.
No.
Everyone that liked this stream is going to be shadow banned.
Glimbo the Dude, do you prefer it when when Space Marines have cool sci-fi names or just things like Steve and Doug? I prefer the fun sci-fi names because I like
I
the
prefer
fun
Steve
role
and Doug 'cause
playing.
it's funny.
Mm-hmm.
I like a mixture of both. So, you know, you have some very serious names, Camelopardis, you know, Ursa, fun things, and then you also have George.
Yeah, like someone gave up on that person's name.
Or he's just extra special.
I forget what movie I was watching, but it was like a Western, and like it was in the middle of a war scene, and they dive behind a wagon and they're getting shot at, and he goes, "You want me to go get Winchester?" And he goes, "No, get me someone who can shoot, Bob."
Fucking Bob.
Mm-hmm. Zerk Bunny, what do you think is the best wash? Games Workshop, Null Noil's hard to beat. But probably better washes are cheaper for sure, are from Army Painter. And I really like their, whatever their version of black is. I think it's called Strong Tone. And then they have one called Light Tone. I don't like their names. Their names are horrible. But their version of Null Noil and Airgrex Earthshade are not bad. They're pretty good. They're glossy, unfortunately. But you can't always get what you want. But if you try sometimes, you might find that you get what you need.
Bobby, the Ultramarine Sergeant. Exactly.
Get me someone who can shoot, Bob.
My white paint splooged all over me. This is embarrassing.
Do you need to call maintenance for help?
Andy Crimson, Lord Commander Solar Steve.
Exactly.
Akinaki known as Obi-Wan Sherlock Clouseau won the Games Workshop naming contest. So hard they never made a mini for him.
That's amazing.
Flimbo the Dude, Jim the Despoiler.
Nickel Quack.
Nickel Quack. I am the danger. I am the darkness. Matthew. Oh my god. Deposit some paint. I need my good army painter with a nice sharp tip.
I got a nice sharp tip over here for you.
Mm-hmm.
You're struggling.
Mm-hmm. There we are.
Is that it?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Andy Crimson, a new guy in the military with the last name Estes, pronounced Estes, and
Oh my god.
Estes. And there was a joke he'd retire as a senior chief of the sonar division. Total rate and rank would have been STSCS Estes.
Ah, that'd be so fun.
Flimbo the Dude. Oh god, it's Robbie, the destroyer of worlds. Run. Servant 7. What's with all the paint talk? I thought this was a Godzilla discussion stream.
You know us too well. I mean, I thought this was a Star Wars stream.
You know what?
so-
I think King Ghidorah is overrated. I think some of the best villains are the one-offs, like Space Godzilla, Orga, Hedorah. Hedorah was an interesting monster, horrible movie, but not a bad monster.
You agree, Lucky Bat?
Let me just Google some things. Yeah, it seems fine.
Also, the Rodan movie, not bad. Rodan did not get her start in Godzilla. A lot of the Godzilla monsters actually had their own movie before fighting Godzilla. You think Marvel came up with this whole, you make the standalone movie, then you make the team up. No. Toho was doing it in the 60s. Akinoki known as the best Godzilla villain is bureaucracy. It's so true. General Sherman 1. I thought about getting a Lehman Russ Demolisher and naming it Beef Supreme, named after the ancient Terran dish. Joy Flores. Road Dan is a cool dude. GeForce Member 45. All the Toho movies were great. Every single one. Especially Monster Island. Sometimes called Son of Godzilla. Everyone loves all the stock footage and the reusing of Hedorah, of scenes from Hedorah Monster of the Deep. Or no, Ibera Monster of the Deep. Although that was not one of the better movies. Honestly, I think the Showa series probably can start and end with Godzilla against Mechagodzilla.
That's what I always say.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
Just got an email. Godzilla sends. Yeah, that's Games Workshop sending me an email saying that I'm not doing a good enough job. Shilling.
Gotta be more of a show, please. You only defended us a little bit.
Mm-hmm. They're like, we like the bit with the paint pots, but do more with that.
Yeah. That was also Games Workshop. Do British people burp?
I don't know.
Do they burp with an accent?
Kino Kinona's hot take: Shin Godzilla is the closest thing we'll ever get to live-action Evangelion. I never saw Evangelion. G-Force Member 45. There's plenty of good Showa era. Oh yeah, name them. No, there's a bunch that I like, but I could never suggest another human watch them. G-Force Member 45. Ghidorah, Monster X, Mechagodzilla, Terror of Mechagodzilla, and Gigan. I agree with most of those, but Gigan is so stuffed with filler. Have Heretic. We all know the best kaiju movie is North Korea's Pulgasari. Michael Larson, do you guys use wet palettes? I'm struggling with mine and hoping to ask some masters of the painting arts. Well, actually, I'm using my classic wet palette, and I actually have a YouTube video of how I make this wet palette. It's a plate. Is it the second video?
It's the second video we ever made.
That's still exactly how I do it. Kitchen plate, paper towel, parchment paper. Been doing it the same way for like 7 years. Mm-hmm. G-Force Member 45, or Flimbo the Dude. You notice it kind of looks like the miniature's wearing sandals. G-Force Member 45, and it's amazing. Death sandals.
He does kind of look like he's wearing sandals.
He does.
And now I'll never unsee that.
Mm-hmm. Well, hopefully when they're painted bone, they won't look...
It'll be bone sandals.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing.
And I got the Army Painter wet palette, and I love it. I think I've seen the Army Painter palette. I think is a little bit tall. I like a nice flat palette. I also have the Masterson's wet palette, and I like it. I've used it a few times. I used it yesterday.
Not sponsored.
E-Chrome. What makes a bought wet palette better than a homemade one? Nothing. They're identical. The only nice thing about a bought one is it's like, I guess it's there. Like it's all done. Like you don't have to acquire a plate and a paper towel.
Mm-hmm. Two most difficult things.
It has a lid that's the right size. That's true. I do have to. I have a piece of glass actually that I put over my wet palette. I could put anything on there, a piece of cardboard. But actually, you know what? Probably a piece of plastic would be good, or a piece of metal. And just to the trick is to get the right amount of evaporation. If you completely cover it, which is the problem with most wet palettes that you can buy, is they close. You don't want to close it. You want it covered like 80%. That's what I found works really well, so that as the paint evaporates, it absorbs water at the same rate. I've closed the lid of my Masterson's wet palette, and that stops any of the evaporation, and so the paint is just absorbing water all night long, and then when I open it up, it's just a wet mess.
A wet-ass mess?
Wet-ass mess. Dr. Droko, when they're painted bone, they'll look like sandals that got run over by the lawnmower. Monatir, I use a Masterson's 24-inch wet palette, so I rarely have to change the paper. I didn't like the Masterson's paper, probably because I have 7 years experience with parchment paper. And so I know
More used to it.
exactly how it feels, how the paint handles, how the paint absorbs. And I felt that the Masterson's paper was just too much. It was too thick. Didn't give the paint enough room. Told the paint what to do. Didn't let the paint be its own man.
It held the paint down.
It did.
That's rude.
Matthew Monaher, I dislike the Masterson's paper. Yeah, I didn't like the paper, but I now use parchment paper in there. 10 out of 10. I can't imagine people buying the Redgrass, the Redgrass Games palette for $50.
Mm-hmm.
It's a box. Like, why is it $50?
Mm-hmm. Well, it's the high quality ABS.
Oh, good old high quality ABS.
Which we learned about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the toys that come in Happy Meals are also made out of high quality ABS.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing but the best
Exactly.
for McDonald's patrons.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Matthew Monahan. Nah, Redgrass Game stuff's not for me.
What else do they just sell a bunch of accessories?
I think so.
And is it just all expensive? Is it out of state or out of the United States?
It might be. I never really looked at it. Disco. Never liked the Masterson's palette paper for some reason. Too thick. Absorbed my paint. Walter. I use a Masterson's with parchment paper. The Masterson's paper also has really weird instructions. Like, you're supposed to put it in a bowl of boiling water.
Huh.
Interesting.
To prepare it.
I wonder if you do that, if it works really well.
I mean, I followed the instructions to the letter. I didn't think it worked that great. I
Well,
suspect
obviously-
it might work really well if, like, you're doing, like, a giant canvas and you're really blobbing the paint on. But, like, if you need a drop to stay nice and hydrated, it might not be good enough.
Matthew Monahan. It is out of the USA. Yeah, it took like 6 months to get my palette. I was immediately disappointed in it.
Happy Heretic bought my Masterson's palette for $5 with a coupon. Paper's all right if you prep it, but just regular parchment paper is better. Servant 7, I got 2. It's got the Masterson's, or not the Masterson's, the Redgrass has 2 magnets in the side. Magnets are expensive, right? I wish people bought my $50 wet palette.
Is it gonna have? Is it gonna be made out of high quality ABS?
Yo, the best.
That's good.
And y'all thought about doing a sketched mini? What do you mean, Andy Crimson? Like
cross hatched?
Or like you draw a picture of it first? I've seen people do like I think somebody for EOB Complete, they did like a color pencil drawing of their model.
The Skaven kill team, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's pretty great.
Monatir, Masterson's paper is for heavy body acrylics and soft body acrylics, not for wargaming acrylics.
Not for baby's first acrylics.
Mm-hmm.
Weak acrylics.
Hobby acrylics are a lot thinner. Jesse Nicoletti, Walmart has a palette, $3. And you know, it's probably just as good. Because it's just a box that can hold a sponge or paper towel and some parchment paper.
I got a plate at Goodwill for 60 cents.
Yeah.
Andy Crimson, like painting minis that look like a sketched drawing. Lots of contrast in blacks and whites.
I mean, there may be something slightly like that might be in the works. Ron Hutton, I like my dry palette best though. A square foot of porcelain tile I got for $2. I don't know why, but for like a few years ago, for like 6 months, I just used a dry palette. I don't know why. I don't know if I just fell out of love with the wet palette, or I think I was just like working quick, like before bed and stuff, and I would just real quick throw some paint on my hard palette and paint some stuff, and I think I just kind of kept doing that, and then eventually I switched back to a wet palette because it's just better in every way.
Interesting.
Moment here. I know Miniac did a whole model with just black and white. I remember
yeah,
that video.
That's really cool.
Me too.
Except I thought at the end it looked a little bit like it was just Zenithal. Like clearly it was very, very, very well done. But I don't know if it was worth the effort.
You heard it here, folks. Apparently, Jay thinks it sucks.
Yeah.
Everybody clip that, send that to Miniac.
And when you're done with the B and W contrasts, big and wide, is that what that means?
Black and white.
Black and white contrasts. You glaze on paints.
Big and wide. Big and tall. Don't call me Shirley. AK Interactive's War Crimes Black palette is pretty good.
Oh, AK. I really do want to try their Streaking Grime.
Their what?
They have a product called Streaking Grime. It's just like a ready-made oil wash. And I've seen some people use it, and it seems just to work really, really well.
Streaking Crimes?
Streaking Crimes.
So I've got a little gray possum with a purple hat and a purple cape. What color should his book be?
Purple. No, it's probably maybe brown.
Well, the ground is brown.
Ah,
Orange.
green. Green is a magic color.
Yellow.
Good idea, guys. I'm gonna go with red.
Yeah.
You should show the stream.
Do you want to show
If
this
you want to.
possum?
Sure. Here's the possum. Oh, he's so cute. He is so cute. Oh.
Printed by Nick.
Yes. Printed by me.
Sculpted by Gloomy Kid Minis.
Big Bob Man, I'm so pumped to start painting my Space Marines. I'm doing angelic white and gold scheme. Ooh. What is your big and wide, lol? Andy Crimson, big and swole.
Yeah.
Ron Hunton, this mini has as much tiny detail as a rubric marine. Yeah, this guy is pretty covered in teeny tiny details.
Disco Pimp Possum.
Oh. He's a wizard.
Ooh,
Wizard
you should paint some stars on his cape.
I was about to say.
Oh, jeez. Can you imagine?
You're looking cute.
Thank you. You too.
Did you say me too?
I said you too. Like the band.
Ooh, This is the first time I've been called cute all day.
Oh.
John Ashley Smith, good evening. Good choice, Legion of the Damned.
Yeah, picked by our Patreon supporters.
Yes, it was. This has been an option for a while. And finally, it was the best one.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, eventually every model will get painted. Unless it's sold or it doesn't get painted.
Mm-hmm. I'm a little upset that I just said that nobody called me cute all day, and nobody in the chat has been calling me cute.
That is a little rude, guys. Come on.
I know. What the hell? Also, we're only five likes away from being tied
No!
with dislikes. So,
More
we dislike this
dislikes.
video?
More dislikes. More dislikes.
I don't understand. Like, what are we trying to pull here?
Animated Raptor 5. What's a good way to paint white? White is hard. If you have an airbrush, it becomes a lot easier. For my Necrons, I prime them black, and then I airbrush on gray, blue-gray, and then white. If you don't have black, or if you don't have an airbrush, probably, if you can, prime things with like a gray rattle can or base coat things in gray, and then bring them up to white. I always find it's really easy. It's easier to control white by going from gray to white than it is by taking white and then darkening it. Because if you darken white, it tends to get very dirty. Unless you have a perfectly smooth coat of white. White is hard. Monitor. Yeah, paint gray and then highlight white.
Matthew Monahan, can't see your face to say it. Well, the little badge has my face in it. And I look similar to that. Joey Flores, sorry, cutie. I thought Nick cute already. Ah, yeah. Yeah, Nick is a synonym for cute.
Mm-hmm. Make Nick cute again.
Dr. Drokel, you have to earn cute, Nick. I gotta get all dolled up to be on the stream. You gotta put on my makeup.
Mm-hmm.
Put on some lipstick.
Yes, just like Jay does.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
you could put a little more effort into it.
How many Spice Girls are there?
9. Was I right?
No. Is there 5?
Dang it. Okay.
Why?
Gotta have
Oh,
a new
are you
plan
trying
for
to name
naming
them
those
after the
possums.
Spice Girls? I don't know. I don't know how many there are.
Well, they could be named after the Spice Girls, and then one of them is called Coriander or something.
Oh, like they're actually spices?
Except for, like, yeah.
Ah,
So then is one of them called mustard? Like they go through all the spices? John Ashley Smith. I still have the Legion of the Damned box from back in 2nd edition, circa 1997-98, all metal. I'll get to him Sunday. This provides a little inspiration. Justin Nicoletti, 5 Spice Girls.
nailed it.
There are 6 possums.
I think you should call them the Spice Girls, but then name them spice names.
I haven't decided if they're all girls, though. Though, to be
The
fair,
spice
possums do
possums?
just want to have fun.
The possums just want to have fun. The possums just want to have fun.
Gotta get this model to the ass phase of the model. Do 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 do. Putting on lots of edge highlights, which I'm gonna have to cover with paint. It's gonna take 2.5 million coats, and then it will look almost great. Always look on the bright side of death. Good old that movie, Life of Brian.
Sounds like our next parody.
Yeah. Blue Bob Man, curse my terrible internet. Joey Flores, you got paprika, cumin, curry powder, bay leaf, pepper, lemon zest.
Oh, one of these is definitely going to be bay leaf.
Andy Crimson Spice Girls, but make them Dune themed. Because they're fighting over the spices.
Oh, I started listening to Dune. And that's the end of that thrilling saga.
Yeah. Perfect.
That's everyone's favorite Spice Girl, coriander.
I like coriander.
I do too. Put a little in egg salad. I love egg salad.
Egg salad, but it's only eggs.
Yes. That's the surprise in the egg salad surprise.
Matthew Monahan, what paintbrush is that? This is a Rosemary & Co. size 0. I really like this Synthetic Series 313 because it's kind of got a chunkier handle. I like a handle with some curves. Real paintbrushes have curves.
Ooh. You heard it here, folks.
John Ashley Smith, I'm mildly enthused. A new AdMech box is on the horizon, making my Rangers a little nastier. Happy Day. My favorite Spice Girl is Mrs. Dash. Just a dash. My favorite Spice Girl is the Bobby Flay grill and rub. Insert Pog. What are your plans for basing this guy? I think like normal rubble ground, and then I'll probably like sculpt some fire out of green stuff because it'd be thematic.
Not a lava base?
John Ashley Smith. Monty Python warped my mind over 40 years ago. Good to see they are still subverting the minds of new generations. Gives me hope.
It's on Netflix right now.
I like Spam-A-Lot.
Spam-A-Lot is so fun.
Spam-A-Lot's really good.
I think that's the only show that they should have on Broadway.
I mean, that and Addams Family.
And Cats.
Yeah.
And Cats.
Yeah, but they just play the movie.
Yeah. I mean, Tay Sway, you're not going to do better than that.
Right. Power Surge, please make a video of your green stuff flames, please.
I mean, I think I have to teach myself once before I do a video.
Isn't that always the way?
Oh, doing something first time in a video always leads to just tearing hair out, screaming, crying,
peeing,
going live on Discord by accident. I killed Nick.
What a world.
Tombslayer. I like allspice, the spice of the indecisive.
All state?
The spice of life.
Just Nick Liddy. I don't know if the Legion can have Primaris. Aren't they one of the 2 wiped out? Probably. I mean, if they came back, they would be Primaris sized, and their armor would probably be reminiscent of Primaris. But I don't know. I mean, to me, Primaris is what Space Marines have always looked like. It's what they've always wanted to look like. I mean, the Squatty Marines were a holdover from when, I guess, like, weird, like, kind of knight in shining armor, but really poorly done, like, 80s cartoons. Like, they look bad. Mm-hmm. But then they, like, well, how would we make the Space Marine army, but armor, but actually make it look cool? And they did that and called it Primaris. Mm-hmm. Mark 8, or Mark 10 call pattern armor. So, yeah, I think if they made old marks of armor again, they'd probably look a lot like Primaris.
You mean when they decided to ruin the game?
Yes, when they ruined the game.
Warhammer 40k as a series in general?
Animated Raptor 5, gotta wake up tomorrow. Have a great stream.
Yeah. I mean, you sound like a quitter, but that makes sense.
Don't call me Shirley. Nick, are you garbage? Because I want to take you out.
Ooh.
I want to drag you down the driveway and leave you at the curb.
Mm.
Next to the recycling bins. On a Tuesday evening.
Mm. Because I'm getting catcalled now, and I hate it so much.
John Ashley Smith, what is the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow? African or European?
Games Workshop yellow paints are really good.
Yeah, check please. No, they'd have to up my rates before I go that far and say their yellows are good.
Yep.
Doomslayer. So Legion of the Damned all have short man syndrome. I wonder, I don't have a Primaris near me, do I? No. I have a 2020 Necron Overlord, though. Let's see how much bigger is he. I have him in my very, very nice Cobalt Keep display cube.
Not sponsored.
Not sponsored.
Yeah, but yeah.
Look at that. Holy cow. Look at his belt buckle is at this guy's knee.
Yep.
Oh. And the top of his head is like where his guts start.
Mm-hmm.
He's so weirdo. Oh, look at the widow booga booga.
Who's a good little guy?
Who's a good damn legionnaire? Who's a good damn legionnaire?
What do you have in your mouth?
John Asher Smith, 40k is always set in my own version of the 41st millennia, more rogue trader regardless of the latest retconning. Internet Man, if Games Workshop is going to refresh the Firstborn range, they'll probably be more into scale with the Space Marine Hero series adventurer scale. Yeah, or even bigger. Make them big. Space Marines are supposed to be huge.
Make them 5 inches.
Mm-hmm.
5 inches tall.
Ron Hunchin, such a cute little Anger Curse Space Marine.
There's nothing cute about 40k.
No.
And just by you saying that, you ruined the whole thing.
Yeah. Are
You
you
ruined
proud? Are you
40K
proud of
in its
yourself?
entirely. Yes.
Internet
Serious
ma-
business.
Internet man, the Space Marine heroes adventurers are just a tad bigger than the modern ones. They don't look dwarfed by Primaris. Yeah, they're pretty good. I have one. But I'm okay with no more Squatty Marines. I would not mind if Primaris became a little bit more like the Squatty Marines, able to take like one special weapon, one heavy weapon in a squad. It's kind of fun. But, they look way better. Reavers are cool. All the different, like, I think since they have so many different kind of infantry style Primaris, what I would love to see is if maybe down the road, when there's, maybe in a few years, when the Primaris range is like done, I would love to see all of the different factions of Space Marines become like really unique. Like, what if heavy intercessors are the troops, are like the main troop option of Iron Hands legions, but Reavers are the main troop of Space Wolves chapters, and intercessor or infiltrators are for what's a very reasonable army. I guess the what's the black ones? The
Black Templar?
no, the
Iron Hands?
No, there's so many. The Raven Guard. The Raven Guard have the infiltrators. Like it. They just make everyone a little special by giving them their own special troops.
Are they not special just the way they are?
I mean, yeah, but the way it is now is they all kind of fulfill the similar roles, and so people just take whichever one's best. But I think you could actually make it a lot more flavorful.
Add a little spice to it.
Yeah. Of course,
A little coriander.
the coriander. Dark Angels can take Hell Blasters as troops because they love plasma guns.
Yeah. Yeah, they'll never do that. That sounds fun.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe they'll do that after everything else gets updated. Especially orcs. And every other Xenos.
Mm-hmm. I have a feeling that they'll do something like that. Because right now, it's in a really awkward place where there's like 9 troops for Primaris Space Marines.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all a little different.
They all have very similar names.
Very similar names. But if all of a sudden there was a reason for there to be so many different troops.
Names? Mm-hmm.
Ron Hunton, if Reavers were troop choices instead of elites, they would probably see more play. Yeah, for sure. And Reavers are in a real weird spot now that there's Assault Intercessors. Like, Assault Intercessors and Reavers are almost identical stat-wise. The only difference is they can take the Grav Shoots, which lets them deep strike. But, not quite different enough. TK difference. More paint on Jay's finger than on the model. That's the problem with edge highlighting.
Every single edge.
Every single
edge.
Gosh diggity darn it edge. I'm sorry to use such language, but
I mean now this you ruined the stream.
Internet man. Intercessors, assault intercessors, infiltrators, incursors, heavy intercessors, and tactical marines.
Yeah, it's very easy to remember their names.
Mm-hmm. Doomslayer. Guard, company, watch, corpse. No one cares about the guard.
Except for the people that really, really do.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's another thing is every single army, all the Eldar armies, all the Xenos armies, they all are just as varied as the Space Marines.
Mm-hmm.
But there's no way that we'll ever see that sort of variety.
Mm-hmm.
Again,
No.
Space Marines are too perfect. You just change the color. You're
Yep.
90% of the way there.
Change the color, change the rules.
Mm-hmm. Change the color, change the rules. But yeah, the different guard chapters are a little harder. Right now, there's Catachan and Cadian, and I think for some reason they still sell the old metal. What are they called? They fight the orcs. The ones that look a lot like the Death Corps of Krieg, but aren't, because they're slightly different.
You know it,
I
Nick.
know.
Come on.
I think the chat will have to help with that one.
They wear gas masks and khaki like trench coats.
Shorts.
Steel Legion. It's Steel Legion.
Andy Crimson. Change the color, change the rules, embrace chaos.
Yeah.
There we go.
Internet man. Games Workshop should really have just kept the scouts as troops, but limit them to 1 unit for each detachment. Probably. I can't imagine a lot of people taking scouts now. That they're in the coveted elite choice without really bringing anything to the elite's choice.
Mm-hmm. Well, they get to be there.
Yeah. I don't know if even Space Marines though have as many elite choices as Necrons. Mm-hmm. It's easily way more than half the codex is in the elite section.
Mm-hmm. How helpful.
Mm-hmm. That's why I think they gotta trim the fat. They gotta turn everything into its regular old HQs, troops, elites, heavy, fast attack, and then they need another category called like supplemental detachments that has a whole bunch of weird stuff, and you can pick from there too, but there's limitations. That way, if Games Workshop wants to come out with more units instead of just throwing them all in elites, you throw them all in auxiliary, and then people take the normal amount of troops, HQs, fast attacks, and then they get to bring in these special new funsies, weird models.
Dark Avenger 3/5/10. So today was my birthday.
Ah, happy birthday.
Happy birthday indeed.
We're not gonna sing.
No. Did your families do the singing?
No.
We did for a little bit.
Mm.
And then we stopped when, it's because it's dumb.
Yeah.
Lucky Bat?
Hello.
What about your family?
I think we did it when I was like a tiny baby kiddo,
Mm-hmm.
but then stopped because it's the worst thing ever.
It is, but yeah.
You sit there and you're like, who do I look at?
Yes.
TK Street Prince. Remember, folks, we love the thumbs down. Honest, we love them. Please click the thumbs down. If you're new to the channel, hit the sub to join us. We also have a Patreon and Discord. Join us.
I agree.
Alex Moon. Assault squads should have stayed troops for Blood Angels. Doomslayer. Aren't all Space Marines supposed to be elites? Yeah. Eddie Crimson, want to talk elite choices? Crack open the Sororitas Codex. What I don't like about the elite section, though, is it's just the catch-all section. Like, all the other sections make sense. Heavy support is guns. Fast attack, fast moving. Troops. Elites could be tanks, vehicles, airships, elite infantry, like your HQ's bodyguards. support
Not
units.
as
heavy support.
Not quite as heavy support. I think the elite section should just be elite troops and your HQ's bodyguards. That makes sense. Dark Avenger
3. Dark Avenger 3510. My family sung "Happy Birthday" in Polish.
Ah.
Is it just as awkward as doing it in English?
Is it the same song or is it like the Australian one?
They sing it backwards because they're Australians. I thought it was a funny joke.
They get expensive.
The toilet's flushed the wrong way.
I was laughing in my head.
John Ashley Smith. I got some of them Metal Steel Legion troops. If I could get them at 99 prices or less. Dark Avenger 3510. I got a Triarch stock for my birthday, and I'm going to use it as the basis for my Defiler. Ah, did you see Ninjon's video? I think he had a video where he's kit bashing a Defiler out of some Games Workshop kits.
Happy Heretic. We actually don't sing "Happy Birthday" in my house. My son's autistic and hates singing.
Ah.
Yeah. Dark Avenger 3510. No, it's not awkward as much. Not as much. It still is though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it is embarrassing.
Yeah.
For some reason. I think it's just it's way too much attention all at once,
Yes.
and everybody's singing the same thing is creepy.
It is very creepy.
I can't wait for a post Corona world where I'm guessing people aren't gonna blow on a cake and then cut it and serve it to everyone.
Yeah, use a fan.
You're gonna take the candles off. We actually, I think my grandma, we celebrated my grandma's birthday, and we just had her take the candles off and blow them out.
Yeah, that works. But she still spit all over the cake though, just for old times'
Yes,
sake.
yeah.
Yeah.
Andy Crimson. Sir Rita's Elite Choices, Preacher, Gemini, Superia, Dialogia, Sisters Repentia, Repentia Superior, Celestins, Hospitaller, Imaginifier, Crusaders, Arcoflagellants, Death Cult Assassins, Nephirim.
12 choices.
Yeah. Wait, is my Necron book near me?
I think it's over there on the
I
sofa.
think it's right there.
Maybe
it is on the sofa. Yes, it is.
Dark Avenger 3510. Only
I was
because a
right.
few of my family members cannot speak Polish and just murmur along with the rest. That's pretty funny. So that's what makes it awkward. I like to think that they're singing it in English.
Let's take a look at these Necron Elite Choices. I'm going to guess 15.
I'm gonna guess 16.
What are we guessing?
Elite Choices for Necrons. Oh god, do
28.
they have a map key for all these stupid symbols? What the heck does... I guess this means troops? Triangle?
It is pretty dumb. I do not. Just say the words.
Is there seriously no key? How would anyone know? I mean, I sort of know because I've been playing since 6th edition, but I think 6th edition had a key that told you what each symbol means.
How hard is it to print the name?
Yeah, that would have been better.
But that's not as aesthetic.
You could use a fun font.
That's true.
Comic Sans.
Yes.
All right. I got my elites. So Nick, keep track.
All right.
Canoptek Reanimator, Hexmark Destroyers, Lichguard, Deathmarks, Flayed Ones, Cryptothralls, Scorpek Destroyers, Canoptek Plasma Sight, Triarch Stalker, Citan Shard of Deceiver, Citan Shard of Nightbringer, Citan Shard of the Void Dragon, Transcendent Citan, Canoptek spiders. Canoptek spiders. That was the last one.
That is 14.
Ooh, I was exactly right. That was a guess.
Wow. I was excited because it sounded like it was going to be 15.
Yeah. You know how many troop options there are?
3.
8.
2.
Okay.
See how many fast attacks. It's probably a lot
Alright,
too.
place your bets.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. And then heavy support. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5, 5, 2, and 13 or 14. Little bit of bloat. Because they keep coming out with new cool models that don't fit nicely into a category, so they just make them into elites.
Yeah.
Are the elites the Hufflepuffs?
John Ashley Smith, I have a Lord of Skulls and I don't know what to do with them. Thanks, FOMO. Think it'll end up as part of a kit bash. Still
G-Force
percolating.
number- Oh, sorry.
Still percolating ideas and scrolling away bits and pieces.
G-Force member 45. Battlescribe says there should be 15.
Oh my
I
goodness.
miscounted. Maybe I miscounted.
Or maybe a Forge World something or other? Because I think Battlescribe has the Forge World units too. Because I read them off what was in the codex.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Joko, I believe that the triangle pointy thing means play.
You know, it might.
And here comes on. Triangle is troops, cross is elites, lightning is fast attack, explosions are heavy support, and there's 2 others for flyers and transports. And I think Justice Skull is HQ.
What is the transports? Is it like a baby in a carriage?
And a papoose. And it wouldn't bother me even slightly if there was the word too.
Oh yeah, yeah. Do the word too. The thing is, symbols are really, really hard. Like they have to be. Everyone has to know them. Just instinct. Like it just has to be something you're just born with. Like
Maybe it's Maybelline.
exactly.
So kind of it makes a sort of sense. So transports are an arrow with a skull.
Ah.
Sorta.
Okay. I
then-
don't know.
And then flyers are a sword with wings.
I guess.
As one does.
And then a Lord of War.
Is it the same skull as the HQ skull? Because
Yes.
that'd be confusing.
Yeah, it's the same skull.
So so it's confusing. So you might think that only the HQs can go in there.
And then the Lord of War is a gauntlet with spikes.
Great.
And then there's one more. And then the fortification is a bunker.
Okay, well that one makes sense.
Yeah, it just doesn't work. I'm gonna have to look a little harder. I'm sure there must be a key. Otherwise, what the heck are we doing?
Maybe there's a key in the rule book?
Oh, maybe. That's still garbage, but...
Yes.
Oh, the worst thing I've seen in terms of rules is I was reading the new Forge World rule book for all of their units, and a lot of the units say, to hear what this special rule is, see, Codex Necrons, see Codex Imperial Guard.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
That is complete garbage.
I mean, what are we doing here?
John Ashley Smith, I seem to remember in 2nd edition, the force restrictions were quite different. 75% of your army could be characters. Yeah.
I think we should just go back to second edition.
Yeah, but I kind of do want to keep all the cool new models.
No. So you want the game to be worse? That makes sense. You would want it to be worse because you are a Games Workshop shill.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean it's hard to have a game with literally 1,000 different units that you can take whatever you want of, really. I bet that's a lot of people report that 30k plays really good, and I bet it's just because they have far fewer units available.
Mm-hmm.
There's literally 1,000 units, and they only have a D6 to make them unique and interesting.
Mm.
You know, there's special rules and stratagems and stuff, but like if they really wanted to shake things up, if they moved to a D10 or a D8 even, I mean that would give them 2 more blips to do some fine tuning with.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know, a guard, you know, a space marine is an absolute, like, the absolute pinnacle, is an absolute destroyer, and is 1 stronger than a guardsman.
Ooh, don't call me Shirley with some animal facts. Jay, did you know the elephant has the biggest bladder? It holds 18 liters of pee.
Wow! Fun fact.
You're kind of cutting Lucky Bat out of a job.
Yeah, I get paid for this.
Do you have a fun fact? Any good pee facts about animals?
Ooh, animal pee facts. Do frogs pee?
Yes.
Why don't they
I
just
have,
pee out of their
I
skin?
have an animal hot take about pee.
Is it hot pee?
No, cat pee
Okay.
is the worst animal pee.
Why?
Because it's just it's just ammonia.
Mm-hmm.
It's very unpleasant.
Mm-hmm.
Like, cleaning up dog pee is fine. You just kind of wipe it up and spray some disinfectant and stuff. But with cat pee, you have to, like, clean it up and then disinfect it, Febreze the room, and then leave for, like, the next 10 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone have any hot tips on cleaning up cat pee?
Bleach. Add bleach to it.
Yeah, good idea.
Keenan Tanty. I impulse/rewarded myself for finishing nursing school with a strike squad and some more paladins. Ooh.
Congratulations.
You can nurse us back to health.
Don't call me Shirley. Table of contents. Do you think table of contents is where the key is to get to know what all the things are?
Doomslayer, how many miles to the gallon on an elephant? Weird that you have to give them pee to get them to go, though.
Dark Avenger 3510 on how to clean up cat pee. House goes up in flames is my answer. Vitev009. There's an enzyme spray that removes cat pee really well.
Interesting. You gotta get the cat pee spray remover.
And Crimson, we talked about this. Don't clean cat pee with bleach. It leads to war crimes.
The cats probably don't mind.
I mean, that was their plan all along. You know, cats don't abide by the Geneva Convention.
No, they do not.
I haven't really had to deal with that much cat pee problems. It seems to always just pee in the litter box.
Well, you know what? Sometimes she misses.
There was the one time though, or when we first got one of our cats, she wasn't fixed yet, and so she peed a lot more,
Mm-hmm.
and she would pee in random places, and that was annoying. But once she was fixed, she didn't do that. She stopped doing that.
That happened to me before I got fixed too.
Yeah. Yep. Me too.
Yeah, we got a new litter box for our cat, and then she just kept like missing the box somehow. And so we put like stuff underneath the litter box to catch it, but even that didn't work. Then it like dripped onto the floor, and yeah.
You put the litter box in a litter box?
Yeah, pretty much.
Gotta get a litter box.
Cat.
You gotta,
She's very not smart, shall we say.
gotta get a litter box for the litter box.
Mm-hmm.
Litter box inception. Ranchu goldfish. +1 for the enzyme spray. Works well for cat stuff.
Wow.
I remember my neighbors bred cats, and when they would go on
Oh my
vacation,
God.
I would take care of the cats, and it was unbelievable. I had to clean, I think it was 6 litter boxes a day.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Yeah.
oh my
And I mean-
God.
I mean, they didn't have just any cats though. They
No.
had the Savannah, the Savannah cats.
Mm-hmm. God, 6 litter boxes every single day. It took like an hour. And they were like in different parts of the house. I had to, some of them
yeah.
were in cat breeding cages that I had to like, crawl into.
Mm-hmm. Really nice cats though.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. If you want like a
Great.
playful, fun cat that loves fetch and loves water, I mean that's the cat to get.
Mm-hmm.
If you want a cat that's a dog, that's the cat to get.
Yeah. If you want a cat that's $1,000,
Yes.
if it's messed up, and usually way more than that. That is the cat to get.
Doomslayer.
And they were-
J-
And a lot of them were trained, car trained.
yeah.
Do you remember that?
I
Do you
do.
remember his mom would take him in the car with her?
I remember the very first time we went to Games Workshop, a cat came with to get car trained.
That's really fun. John Ashley Smith. Cats don't have owners, they have staff.
It's so true. It was great too. There was one cat, and it was just a regular tabby, but it hated me. And it was always mean to me. And then on the days where I had to take care of it, and like I was holding the food dish, it was pissed.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was like, oh, I can't be mean, or else I don't get food.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Miller. Oh man, Legion of the Damned out of freaking nowhere. Sorry, I'm coming in to view late.
How dare you?
We forgive you.
I don't.
The Big Nut literally just got done painting my custard dude. Custody dude? Custard dude. Excited to be on stream for the first time.
Ah. Love a big nut. You heard me.
Doomslayer. Yeah, in Tiger King voice. You want to know how to clean cat pee? Go ask goddamn Carol Baskin. John Ashley Smith used to whistle like a dog to get my late cat to come. Keen and Tandy. The Golden Banana Boys. I do like the Custodes. I think they're cool. They're the best of 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 the best. Because Space Marines are the best of the best. And then Grey Knights are the best of the best of the best. And then Death Watch are the best of the best of the best of the best. And then Custodes are the best of the best of the best of the best. And then Primarchs are the best of 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 the best. And of course the Emperor, best of the 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 best.
Speaking of that, the big nut. Never had a dog or cat. Do have a lizard, though, who judgmentally stares from afar.
What kind of lizard?
That's a good question.
Don't come and show you. Hypno Frog. Wasn't it Hypno Toad?
Hypnotoad, yeah.
Hypno Toad. It would pop up when you least expected it. They would just throw to Hypno Toad.
Man, is there any way to watch that show? It used to be on Netflix. Is there like Fox? Like Fox and Friends streaming service or whatever the hell?
Fox and Friends are more than good. They're great.
I know you're a big fan of Fox and Friends.
Love Fox and Friends. I'm a friend of Fox and Friends.
Ah, your patron?
Yeah, I watched that right after I finished with the Ellen show.
Because Ellen's your number one.
Ellen's my number one.
Yep.
Love Ellen. Yeah, Oprah's got nothing. I'm an Ellen man.
Did we get an answer on the lizard question?
Oh, it was a leopard gecko.
Ah.
Keen and Tanty. Futurama is my favorite cartoon.
Doomslayer. The only way to watch Futurama is high.
Yeah.
I like it.
General Sherman, are Custodes and Plague Marines the only troop choices that have 5 toughness? I believe heavy intercessors have toughness 5 and are knobs troops.
Are
they elites? Elites, okay. Are there any other troops with 5? Not that I can think of.
Dr. Dorko, Futurama is on Hulu. Great.
If I had Hulu, I'd be watching Mike Tyson Mysteries. Love that show. The only problem is you can watch like the entire show in like 2 hours because the episodes are 11 minutes. You can watch all 3 seasons.
Andy Crimson, did somebody say hi? Time for me to noin the doing.
No, I know the doing.
You folks don't even understand.
You knowing hoit the doing.
Man, if there was a time to also have Ben here,
yeah, oh.
he'd be screaming. We should have Ben on stream once.
Absolutely, we need to.
Well, we talked about doing a game.
Yeah.
It'd be fun if we played the game and he moderated.
Absolutely.
He's here to have fun.
Yeah, I am here to have fun. I am here to have fun.
John Ashley Smith plowed through 10 of the old Grey Knights a couple summers ago. I bought a lot of models back in the 90s, and I intend to get to them all eventually.
Back in the 90s. Exactly.
Don't call me Shirley. Just leash the cat and go outside. My neighbor did. Only one cat would do it, but they would leash the cat and then take it like up the block a little.
That's pretty fun. Dr. Drokel, if you get Hulu with ads, it's only $5.99 a month. Also, if you watch it on a PlayStation 4, it rarely actually plays the ads.
Ooh.
I can just
Gotta
skip
get a
ads on my
PlayStation.
Mac. Oh no! I just realized. Apparently, because they're supposed to get rid of the touch bar, which is garbage and it should have never existed anyways. That means I wouldn't be able to skip the ads.
Uh-oh.
Because you can just scroll through the ads on there, which is insane. Prussian Blue, hey, haven't been here because I'm playing Titanfall with a friend.
Yeah.
Stopping by to say hi, drop a like, and advocate for Eons of Bats. Also, badass model.
Big nut. I don't know who Ben is, but he sounds cool, so I forth the notion. Keen and Tanty, we try to walk our cats with the dog, but the cat just lays down and says no. And gets dragged until we pick him up.
Amazing.
Yeah, cats don't play along.
Mm-mm. Yep, they do their own thing. And then you just go with it.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause you gotta.
Oh, one of the funniest things I ever saw a cat do was one cat was asleep on a couch, on like the back of a couch, and then this cat decided to like for 5 minutes very carefully sneak up on the other cat until he was sitting on the back of the couch too, and then he took his little cat hand, his little paw, and stretched it out and just pushed the sleeping cat off the couch. What a huge dick.
I love it. You don't know what that other cat did to that other cat.
That's true. That's true. Maybe it was retaliation.
It could be.
Maybe they have a feud going.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like the Capulets and the Montagues.
Exactly. The Catulets and
Yeah.
the Captagoos.
Meowtagues and the Capulets.
Yeah.
There you go. I was waiting for someone smarter to make it funnier. Dr. Drokel, Prussian Blue has the audacity to not watch and leave a like. Cancelled. Yeah, that is kind of BS.
General Sherman 1, can we all take a moment to realize that Gravis armor gets 5 toughness, but Terminators don't? That is a little crazy. Terminators should probably have toughness 5. They do get to teleport, which is pretty sweet. Yeah, Terminators have kind of sucked for, like, all of 40k. At least after, like, 5th edition. It's just, they're just not as exciting anymore. They used to be like, you know, if you want a Space Marine, if you want the toughest Space Marine known to man, you get a Terminator. But now there's like 6 that are as tough as a Terminator. Michael Miller, that's funny. Pets being dicks to other pets. Oh yeah, that is how cats be. God, this edge highlighting is a disaster. Ugh.
Because it's so much fun.
Oh yeah, it's unbelievable amounts of fun. Especially when this was like sculpted with a popsicle stick and the edges are very, very like iffy.
Mm. And it was sculpted in Blender, right?
It was probably sculpted by a blender
Ooh.
on Chop.
Treasure Hoard Hobbies. All right, gents, off to pick up the wife.
Ah, good luck.
Good luck. Tell her we said hi.
Yeah. Big Nut. I was so upset that the Terminators don't have toughness 5. As someone who runs 30 relic Terminators with dual claws, it sucks only being strength 6. Ooh, that does sound cool. Usually I feel like people don't take the claws on Terminators because the niche that most people run Terminators in their list is anti-vehicle, and so they run the hammers and boards. But there's something sexy about the claws. Just the claws. The claws are really good at shredding like heavy and light infantry. But the only problem is that there's so many other units that are pretty good at that too. Seems like Terminators can't run or can't turn. John Ashley Smith. I hear Land Raiders are tough to use these days. Too kind of sad. Yeah, the tricky thing is with stuff like the new Primaris vehicles, you're paying a similar points for a similar amount of like toughness, but you just have no guns compared to all the new Primaris hotness. Jesse Nicoletti. Ouch, that's like a quarter of my army, Termies and Land Raiders. You know what, though? Your army is only as bad as your opponent is at the rules. Dr. Joggle. Edge highlighting an old metal model works better running the side of the brush bristles over the edge rather than trying to use the brush tip. Yeah, but sometimes there's no edge. You kind of have to invent the edge because the details are poor. Or sometimes the edge is crunchy or just wrong. But the best way to make armor look black is to leave the vast majority of it black. But for my it's hard to do. So usually for my Black Templar, I actually paint them gray. It doesn't look quite as jet black, but I think it does look a little nicer on the tabletop, and it's way easier to do.
These possums are great.
Yeah. They are gray.
You know who else is gray is the Grey Knights. They're gray.
Top 10 most gray knights.
Possums.
Michael Miller, Crunch Edge. I'm gonna use that descriptor now.
The Big Nut. I played Tau for 2 years. It was longing for close combat, so I won 122 attacks on the charge with re-rolling all wounds. That is true. Lightning Claws let you re-roll the wound. And if you play your cards right, maybe if you bring a chappie along, you get to re-roll the hits.
Man.
Justin Clay. Speaking of new vehicles, what do you think of the Gladiator Reaper? I have no idea which one that is. Is that the Rhino with the gun, or is that the floaty Land Raider with the gun? But not the gun, the other gun. That's Jokel. It's a poor artist who blames his vintage obsolete minis. Yes, Nikolai. 24 shots. 24 shots assault cannons. 24 shots assault cannons. I love assault cannons. What can take assault cannons? Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Someone had to say it.
Yeah. I mean, little much, but I mean, it had
I
to be
speak my
said.
truth, Nick.
I know. You speak your truth. Toad. Tade. I am a frog. I am a Tade.
Is that what you're working on?
No,
Oh.
I'm working on my kill team.
Still? It's not done yet?
It isn't done.
Michael Miller, number 1 on the list of top 10 Grey Knights without paints. And so they're just gray.
John Ashley Smith, I love painting the old metal models, particularly the single-piece castings. Something sublime about completing a squad of unique models.
The Big Nut, I bring a chaplain and an ancient so I can reroll hits and have +1s on the attacks and the ability to fight on death. Internet Man, Floaty Rhino. The Floaty Rhino has assault cannons or auto cannons? I think it has auto cannons. Although 24 is a silly number of auto cannon shots. Assault cannon, it would just be 4 because they get 6 shots apiece. Or no, they get 4. They get 4 shots for assault cannons. So that'd be 4 until 16. So it would take 6 assault cannons to get to 24 shots. Oh, Gatling cannons. Okay, the Gatling cannons make sense. Yeah, those dump out shots. You know, though, I kind of don't like vehicles that can take a lot of, like, strength 4, strength 5 shooting. Because usually no army has trouble killing infantry. You can kind of let your troops and your fast attacks and your elites deal with the infantry. It's usually better to have your vehicles handle the heavy support.
Mm-hmm.
Internet Man, the Gladiator Reaper is pretty much a Bale floaty predator. Pretty much.
John Ashley Smith, I love doing banners too. Simple and fun. It adds a little it adds a little interest to sometimes a fairly dull model.
I do like a good banner. I like that this guy's kind of got. It's sort of like a banner, sort of like a reliquary. Mm-hmm. It's like a 3D painting of a skeleton in flames.
It's fun. It's fun that they have banners because why would they have banners?
Oh yeah, can't go indoors.
Yep.
Or he kind of like bows and then walks in head first.
Mm-hmm.
Or I like to think he gets out of a rhino, and as he's coming out of the rhino, the banner is scraping the roof, and then as he gets out, it springs back up and wobbles.
Oh, that's fun. Maybe it collapses.
Yeah. The Big Nut. I only have 1 tank aside from a Land Raider and Emulsor. Big gun along with 8 las gun shots and D6 shot, D6 damage, Demolisher cannon, and Melta. Yeah, I don't like having like 9 guns. I mean, it's cool, but I kind of wish it was just like, oh, it has 2 really good guns. As opposed to, all right, now I'm shooting with this. All right, I missed. Now I'm shooting with this. All right, it's hit. Now I'm shooting with this. All right, now I'm shooting with this. All right, now I'm shooting with this. It's just a little awkward in terms of the gameplay. Doom's Lair. Not enough things give a hug and blow themselves up. Not enough things give hugs and blow themselves up, like Evisaurs. You think Orcs and Death Corp of Krieg would make this their primary tactic. Space Marines are elite because they even try to live. I thought it would be a really fun unit in Kill Team as a like an Orc suicide bomber. I thought he'd be like an Orc with a bunch of plasma guns strapped to him, but he doesn't blow up on a 1. Usually with plasma, you take a mortal wound on the roll of a 1, but with the Orc, he explodes in everything but a 1.
John Ashley Smith. It's more about painting this object molded from a master, sculpted by human hands, not in a digital program.
I mean, the digital is sculpted by human hands.
I was about to say. Just through a mouse.
Yeah. And they have a much better ability to have control and make corrections.
John Ashley Smith. While the plastic molds of today are amazing, there is still something attractive about those old metal models, even though I hate cleaning them up.
Yeah, it's fun that the metal existed, but yeah,
You know.
yeah, 3D design plastic is just better.
Jaden Belair. Why does this have 10 more dislikes than likes? I know, it should have way more dislikes.
Yeah.
Jeez Louise. I don't understand what's happening.
Michael Miller, because I run Primaris right now, sadly I have no ability to use OG vehicles for Space Marines. GeForce Member 45, the Guard have access to the Cyclop demolition vehicle, which are tiny tanks filled with explosives that drive up to the enemy units and deal a lot of damage. Known CAD can't be that good if Games Workshop runs the molds of Cursed City to the point where they can't make it anymore. Yeah, somebody somewhere commented that they had a really cute idea that like somebody dropped the master mold and it cracked. And they're like, well, that's it for Cursed City. We broke the $200,000 mold.
And that'd be pretty fun.
Yeah, and you know what? Totally plausible. I bet.
No.
I bet those molds. They handled them with great care.
Mm-hmm.
But his hands were a little shaky because he hadn't had his tea break in the last 45 minutes. All of a sudden, he drops him down the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
Doomslayer. So an orc with a plasma gun is guaranteed to blow up a plasma 2 through 6. The orc explodes. I mean more like a plasma of a bomb. Like you wouldn't shoot the plasma gun because you wouldn't want an orc to shoot. But
no.
I love the idea of like an orc running up to a group of enemies, and then he's about to explode, and then he rolls a 1 and he doesn't.
Yeah. Ooh, this is oh my gosh, I think Dr. Droko figured this all out. They dropped it because it was cursed. Ooh, spooky.
Spooks magooks.
I think that might be the winner right there.
Mm-hmm.
It was too spooky, so they got rid of it.
GeForce Member 45. I think that actually happened to some Forge World molds, actually. Well, probably not the molds, because I think they still use silicone molds, but the Masters could totally be smashed.
Oh.
Maybe that's why they're getting rid of the Dimacurion at the peak of its popularity.
Mm-hmm.
Because Preston was clumsy and knocked over the Master, and it smashed all over the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Big Nut. John was shaky, trying to get Bellacore on the molding line and broke Curse City in the process.
Ah. Goddamn John.
Akino's Forge World dropped the Master to the coolest Chaos Dwarf vehicle they had and to get rid of it. GeForce Miami 45. The Diamocurion is going away. When I checked like 2 weeks ago, it said no longer available. Dr. Jokel. Fun fact, a lot of vintage toy molds, including some vintage Kenner Star Wars, Masters of the Universe, G.I. Joe, and other popular toys, get sold off to be used as boat anchors in China. That
God.
can't be true. Eduardo Digo. No, make squigs with bombs in their mouths instead of plasmorphs. Oh, that's true. They do have a unit called the Bomb Squig.
Yeah, they have the Tank Busters.
Tank
You get
Busters
the Tank
and
Busters,
Bomb Squigs.
You get those.
That could be fun. I wonder, are Tank Busters in Kill Team Elites?
They might be. I mean,
there-
there's no tanks.
Yeah, is there a difference between
So-
a Tank Buster and an Orc Boy with the rocket launcher?
I don't remember. I don't remember the difference. Don't they have like a hammer or something?
Oh, maybe. I remember there used to be this great exploit in 6th edition where if you put flamers, the Orca Burna boys, in a truck, they could shoot out of the open top truck, and you use the template so you could fit, I think, like 10 Burnas, drive the truck right up to something, put the template over a squad, and then every guy in that squad would get hit 10 times.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty good. I thought you were gonna talk about the tanks, where our friend Sean drove them up so their back armor was
Oh,
facing the
yeah.
back, and we literally couldn't kill it because we didn't have anything strong enough
Yes.
because of how the armor rules worked.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he just drove him up as a line. It's like, there's nothing we can do.
Because it was like what? It was like 14 in the front,
Yeah.
12s on the sides, and 10 in the back.
Yeah, but you couldn't get to the back.
And the backs would be hitting on 6s or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So not even that was possible, really. But it was ridiculous. What a douchebag. What a Sean.
GeForce Memory 45. I remember that Forge World said that they were updating their site and that some items that were marked as temporarily out of stock were getting marked as no longer available for some reason. Oh my gosh. Always. It's just always wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so sometimes we're going to say that it's gone forever. What we really mean is it's out of stock and will be coming back. Unless it's unless we say that it's going to be in stock, then it's going to be gone forever.
Yeah. Also, Curse City's gone.
Also, Curse City's gone. Oh, James Workshop.
Curse City's gone because we hate you.
Mm-hmm.
Doom's Lair. At what amount of subscribers are you planning to forget where you come from? Probably 46,600.
Yeah.
Dr. Okel, that is 100% true. When the line ended and they have no use for them, they got sold off for that use. Nowadays, toy companies warehouses them for reuse, but back then many of them were sold or discarded.
Mm.
Interesting.
Jason in Alaska, no longer available doesn't mean it's going away. It simply means that it's out of stock and they need to make more. Wait, then what does out of stock mean?
Yeah, because don't they label it two different ways? They label out of stock and no longer available.
So no longer available means it's available. Or it means it will be available. Now I want to know. Oh, god damn it, Forge World. I don't need to take a CAPTCHA test.
Isn't that crazy?
Which of these images does not have a stop sign? Next.
Like, did people try to hack them? Like, the thing that I don't understand is why don't you have to do that for the Games Workshop website? Like, why do you have to take a little test to get into the Forge World one?
Yeah, and I thought it was just because like I like removed cookies or something. No, it's every time.
Yeah.
Armies of Xenos, Tyranides,
Serenities.
temporarily out of stock, temporarily out of stock, temporarily out of stock, sold out, no longer available, sold out, no longer available, sold out, no longer available.
Okay, so there's sold out and there's no longer available.
Okay, so there's three things. There's temporarily out of stock.
Okay.
There's a blue button that says temporarily out of stock, email me. Then there is no longer available, and they gray out the pictures and put the text sold out over the pictures.
Oh my god.
So sold out, no longer available means it'll be available, but you have to wait. But temporarily out of stock, email me means it's out of stock, and you'll get an email when it's back in stock.
But I feel like if it's no longer available, isn't it gone? Especially if it's grayed out and there's no email me.
Mm-hmm.
I would assume that means it's gone.
Mm-hmm. Oh, these websites, yeah.
Because wouldn't you have the email me if it was going to come back? Because you would want people to buy it?
Yeah. Although I guess the question is, if it was gone, wouldn't you just take it away off the website?
I guess so.
It's very odd. Because it feels like the same thing. If it's coming back, there should be an email. I guess maybe it's gone. They no longer have any, and they don't know if they're going to make more, but they might. So they're going to leave it on the website just in case they do decide to make more.
Mm-hmm.
But the ones that are temporarily out of stock, email me is like, no, we're definitely making more of this.
What if that one is like, if they get enough emails, they'll do another round of it?
You know what? That wouldn't be a bad way of doing it.
I mean, yeah. I mean, any best guess. Yeah. Don't call me Shirley. Games Workshop uses child labor.
Ooh.
Okay.
I mean, their little hands are good at fine detail.
That's who used to sculpt the models back in the day.
Andy Crimson, do not attempt to understand the Zinchian plots. That is the Games Workshop stocking procedure.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Jason in Alaska, they are reboxing stuff and changing the number codes of boxes at the moment. But Forge World stuff isn't sold in boxes. They either come in a bag or they come in a white box with no information on it. Like yes, that's true. At Games Workshop, they're changing the box art, and so stuff is getting refreshed, and so it leaves the website for a few days and then comes back. But Forge World just puts things in bags, and then they put a sticker that says, Dimacurion.
Mm-hmm. Oh my god. And I don't know. Do they even know?
Jason, Alaska. What evidence do you have of child labor? I've never heard that. C3 Studios. I'd sell my children to Games Workshop indentured servitude to get a copy of Curse City.
That's fun.
Good old the craziness, the weird, the wacky, the wonderful Games Workshop. And Forge World. Forge World needs to just end or just become Games Workshop. Well, we make 40k models that are, not as good and twice or sometimes 3 times the price.
Mm-hmm.
The rules are weird. and not every faction gets them because no one cares about the guard, or the guard have somebody else. No one cares about the Sisters of Battle or Gene Stealer Cult or
The big nut. I'd have a kid. I'd have a I'd have a kid and sell it if it meant Curse City. Hell, take the rest of my family bloodline.
Jason, Alaska. Their main focus is 30k. It's not though. They have more units available for 40k. They you could say they also do like some of the specialty Necromunda stuff and some of the specialty Adeptus Titanicus. Dwarfica C. Maximus, a little behind Jay mentioned Legends for Legion of the Damned rules. I have the Legion of the Damned special character, one painted and one in pack, and it's been so long since I had rules for the Sarge. Just Nicoletti. My local hobby store has one copy left at like $2.30 or $2.25, maybe in Charlestown, West Virginia. Kino Kinonas, they've discontinued more units for 30k than they sell. Big nut. On a technical level, 90% of the Forge World stuff can be used as relics in 40k. Jason Alaska, all that 40k stuff started as 30k for the most part, so yeah, they focus mostly on heresy. They do, but they focus mostly on Horus Heresy, but then why has some Horus Heresy stuff gone out of stock? And then they also do weird stuff like the Primaris Mega Grav Tank, which has nothing to do with 30k. And I mean, Tyranid are not a 30k thing, and Eldar are not a 30k thing.
Are Orcs a 30k thing?
No, only it's only I think there's Chaos. But yeah, no Xenos. Yeah, and then I mean, some armies now exist that didn't used to, like Real Sisters of Battle and Gene Stealer Cult and AdMech, and they really haven't gotten like any Forge World models. There's a little bit of AdMech-y stuff for 30k, but it doesn't really go along nicely with 40k, because I love when Forge World has like the fun weird model for 40k. Like the video that just came out, I think those Necron centipedes are great. Are perfect little. You got your Necrons, they're cool, and now you go to Forge World for something weird. The big nut. I mean, the entire Tau range is 40k, since Tau were still cavemen during the Horus Heresy. JPC, has Jay painted a dragon on stream yet? Nope. I painted salamanders, though. Same thing.
They're kind of like dragons, except slimier.
Salamanders are associated with fire because people would bring in logs from outside, and they were outside and in a pile, so they'd be nice and moist. So salamanders would have a lovely little time having a house in there, but then when they brought the logs in and started burning them, the salamanders would run under the logs, and so people associated salamanders with fire.
Ooh, that's kind of fun.
Yeah, isn't it?
Wow, that's a real super fun fact, though. I mean, you do have some real fun facts. I've actually heard quite a bit.
I know. I'm not good at them when someone is just like, say a fun fact.
Say a fun fact.
Ah, I knew you were gonna say that. There have been people trying to find a piebald gene for crested geckos, and there was one that looked like a piebald, but it is not actually a piebald, and it was called Patient Zero by the people who ended up getting it.
I know a lot of men get piebald
I think it's very
when they
cool.
get older. Hmm.
Something to look forward to.
Exactly.
Hmm.
The big nut. Fun fact: most raccoons can't drive helicopters.
What?
They what?
They didn't.
Guardians of the Galaxy wasn't a documentary?
They don't have their 300 hours of flight time.
Yeah. Doomslayer. Fun fact: lucky bats are not good at forced fun facts.
Ooh, Dr. Jokel. Another fun fact about salamanders is you grind them up to make salami.
Ah.
Tucklefuckle Flame, hello again.
Oh my goodness.
Jesse Nicoletti. Piebald is really common in veiled chameleons. Odd cresties would be hard to find.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that's.
Yep.
I got.
agree.
I understood.
I love Christie's.
Sometimes my feet get a little crusties. Okay, notice. Does Lucky Bat have any dino facts?
Pterosaurs are not dinosaurs.
Do you care about dinosaurs very much? 'Cause you seem to, you like lizards and stuff that's real. I mean, I know dinosaurs are
Dinosaurs
real,
were fake.
but not really. I mean,
Sue, the T-Rex from the Chicago Museum of Science is non-binary, according to their Twitter.
according to their Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
I have some fun dinosaur facts. Jurassic Park Lost World sucked. That's my a fun fact.
Was that the one with Chris Pratt?
Yes.
Okay. I've not seen it.
Didn't see the second one.
Do you have a black wash over there?
Yes.
Thank you.
Talk of like a flame. Squiggets are greater than dinosaurs.
Yeah. The big nut. I just have Karasan, my leopard gecko, who stares from afar, judgmentally, and occasionally smiles like Palpatine. The big nut. Fun animal fact. Most fish are illiterate. Yeah, the fish didn't introduce leave no fish behind, so.
Mm-hmm.
There was actually a horse they thought could count. They would give it math problems, and then it would nod its head or tap its hoof, I think, for every, to do arithmetic. And people were like, this is crazy. And they would do horse shows to show this horse doing it. But actually what happened was the horse would learn to stop tapping its hoof when the people in the audience stopped nodding their heads along.
That's pretty fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's just pretend like the movies you don't like aren't canon. Then they're all good. Don't we all? Jesse Nicoletti. Yeah, remakes suck donkey balls. Hey, you don't say anything mean about the movie Donkey Suck Balls.
It's one of your faves.
I think the tricky thing with remaking a lot of these like classic 80s and 90s movies is that they're very simple. And the only thing you can really do is just do it again. Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Schlubby scientists fight ghosts. Jurassic Park. Zoo but dinosaurs. The Terminator. Robot from future fights people. Gremlins attack. There's not a lot of deep like lore and intrigue behind a lot of this stuff, and that's why it's so it hooks you. Dr. Trokel. Cheating ass horse. Hope it's glue now.
Yeah.
Kino Kinona's birds are more related to classical dinosaurs than lizards.
Yes, they are.
The big nut. That's false. Everyone knows the birds were made by the government. Kino Kinona's. I would give my cursed city to see another Gremlins attack movie.
Thank you.
I mean, have you ever seen the movie Critters? If you want to see Gremlins 3, watch Critters. Great movie. And Critters 3, which is horrible, it was the very first film debut of Leonardo DiCaprio.
Mm-hmm.
What was the movie where he had a bucket on his head?
Was that Man in the Iron Mask?
Yeah, I think so.
Boy, though, Aquino Quinones wants it. Would give up Cursed City. Dark Avengers 310. Dentists are bad, fake, and horrible. Yeah, Critters 1 and 2, excellent little monster movies. I own all 4. I got them from Walmart in one of those 4 movie packs. And it turns out that 1 and 2 are excellent. And what's really fun is the 4th movie takes place in space. It's the only thing fun about the 4th movie. Justin Nicoletti. There is something in the works for Gremlins. Yeah, I'm sure they'll ruin it.
I feel like I've heard that for a long time.
Yeah, for a very long time.
And they seem to not have it happening.
Mm-hmm. Who's the kid from Gremlins?
George.
I think.
Did I get it?
Yes, yeah, you nailed it. But I think
He's a person, and his name is Anakin.
I think the only thing really to do with Gremlins was to make it a weird farce, and they did that with Gremlins 2, and it was amazing.
Mm-hmm. Gremlins 2 is really fun.
Tombslayer, aren't they making another Killer Clowns? Killer Clowns is also perfect. Killer Clowns, I think, does the very best job of riding the line between being like tongue-in-cheek, like 80s nostalgia weird, but also being a really good movie.
Yeah.
Billy Peltzer, Zach Galligan. Yeah, I think he said he's on board for another Gremlins movie.
Oh my god.
Can Gremlins 3 back in the White House? Justin Nicoletti. The sexy gremlin would be a sick model. I think I think Gremlins 3 can work, but it has to be puppets. It has to be puppets.
It won't be.
It won't be. Well, I think what they'll do is they'll try to make the puppets do too much. Like they'll be like, well, we can CGI, it to look exactly right. We can CGI it to look kind of like a puppet, but then they'll have it like walking in the middle of the scene, and it'll look fake because a puppet could never do that.
Right. Yeah, I think maybe they should write new stories, like how they used to, but like a new thing.
They try, and no one goes to see them.
Yeah, well, maybe the stories are bad.
One of the most interesting movies I've seen in a long time was what was the movie with the rings? Natalie Portman, or
Lord of the Rings?
No, not Lord of the Rings. The Shimmer, the mist. There's a giant wall of like bubble glowy. The Shimmer,
What If?
Annihilation. Annihilation was incredible. And it bombed so hard that they actually sold it to Netflix before releasing it worldwide.
Wow. What if there was only like they didn't release any like Marvels or
Mhm.
anything like that. They could only be brand new movies, and that's it.
Ooh, that would be a fun challenge.
So you're going up against other brand new movies.
Mm-hmm. That'd be
Because
interesting.
it feels like
That's
it feels
true,
like that's
yeah.
how it used to be.
Mm-hmm.
That's what student film festivals are
Yeah,
for.
because there wasn't giant things.
Yeah.
GeForce Member 45. Annihilation had cool moments, but God, the ending was dumb. The ending was the best part. The ending was amazing. When she sees the doppelganger, when she sees like the aliens like cells.
Spoilers. I'm
Oh,
gonna
this is
watch
not
this
even
movie.
this is not even spoiling it. The movie's amazing.
It is a wild ride from start to finish.
And speaking of a wild ride,
That's true.
It is after 12 o'clock,
Good night, everybody.
and it is nighty night times. But a good stream, and watch all the videos. You have a whole day tomorrow to watch all the videos of this week, and then we'll be back with another live stream on Monday.
And GeForce Member, no, I mean right
think-
after the actual ending. No, even that ending is great. It shows that they've both been permanently altered by the shimmer.
Yeah, take that.
Yeah. And everybody watch Annihilation and stream.
Good night.
Good night.